About movies here. There is no shortage of filmmakers working in New Mexico, but they're not just working on the big budget Golden Globe nominated shows and movies. They are creating their own works and thus their own careers without the help of Hollywood. Joining us now to talk about the indie scene screening happening this weekend is filmmaker and event organizer Alejandro Montoya, along with Kenneth McLaughlin, who is a filmmaker, and you were one of the stars of one of the films that's going to be getting a first look this weekend, Monday, which you directed.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. And another project that is just getting greenlit for a pilot, which is really exciting. First question I have for you, though, guys. How prevalent is the independent film movement here in New Mexico? How many people are out there making their own projects?
I think a lot. A lot of people are, there's a good community of independent filmmaking that just, you know, either works on independent filmmaking or decides to do their own projects. So I think that there's a big community, a strong community of independent filmmakers that want to, you know, not just be successful here, but want to take the projects elsewhere to, you know, across the country, to other countries. So I think it's a pretty known and well respected and combined community.
And in fact, you, speaking of, you know, taking projects elsewhere, you went to Cannes this year. Is that right, with one of your films?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that was Lo-Fi? Was that the one that was screened there with Kristen Rake? She starred in it. One of the best actresses in the state.
Definitely. Yeah, it was a blast. And then what was really great is, speaking of the community of New Mexico filmmakers, when we were there and we had our New Mexico t-shirt, a lot of people were like, oh, New Mexico, oh, Breaking Bad. Like, everyone is starting to realize that not just LA is the mecca of filmmaking in the States anymore.
Right, absolutely. All right, so we're looking here at Monday. This is one of the many things that we'll see this weekend. So tell us about the indie scene screening. What are the projects that we're going to see? Because it's not just short films, music videos, trailers, all sorts of things. Is that right?
Yes, we're going to have all New Mexico projects, all independent music videos from, like, directed by Ryan Halsey, Mr. Duck, which actually won a contest for Moby, and that was the video that won. There's going to be short films. There's going to be trailers to upcoming short web series or short films, like from Matt Page, a bunch of other projects. So it's all independent. It's $3 cash to get in, and it's only 300 seats. But I think people are going to be very impressed with the quality of work that comes out of this stage.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, so Kenneth, you're working in Monday, and you've worked with Alejandro on a number of projects. What keeps you working in the field, and why do you think New Mexico is growing such a huge population of talented artists?
No pressure.
No pressure at all. No, I think it does to all the other projects that's come here. You know, a lot of people want to come here and do independent film, and it's a lot easier to get into it because the community is so big here. You have a lot of projects coming out, a lot of film festivals like the Santa Fe, you have the Taos, you have indie scene, Indie Q. So it's nice to be able to get out there and mingle with all these filmmakers and actually try to spawn something from out of it. So I think it's why it's a little bit easier to get into it. But working with this man is just fun. So
yeah, that always helps. I think it was Wes Anderson that said it's always fun to just work with your friends, just to make movies with your friends. That's a huge thing.
It's great.
Yeah, so if people that are out there watching, they want to say, you know, I want to work on your next project, or I want to get involved in the film industry, the indie scene, that's a good way to do it. What else do you recommend for those aspiring to work in the biz?
If you're going to do it well. Don't do it just because it's a hobby. I think filmmaking is one of the true last passions in art. Well, I mean, amongst a lot of other things of art. So if you really have something that you want to get across and say, do it, just do it. Especially with technology nowadays, it's so easy to do it. And get it out there. Don't just have it in your room for your friends to watch. Get it out there. You never know who might see it. And if you really think that this is the way you want to do or what you want to do, then go to the indie scene, mingle with people, and start on a career.
Yeah,
and just network, definitely network.
Okay, and that can be that's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, right at the Bank of America Theater at the Roy Disney Center for the Arts at the National Hispanic Cultural Center. Beautiful 300-seat theater. $3 cash gets you in the door. You meet these guys and hundreds of other filmmakers just like them. You get to pick his nose too.
You pick his nose. That's the thing you get to do.
for $2 more.
For $2
more.
His nose is cheap.
That's right. There you go. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you guys at the show. Stay